You know, I listened to
Undoubtedly.
this man in 2003. I listened to him, and when he said that in Ghana, no one can become a politician unless you have to become a. He's almost making it seem like it's a rule that you have to be a parliamentarian before you can become a politician, which is never true.
That is not true.
which is absolute nonsense. And then he says all these things. He makes things up as he's going. He's always making things up as he's going. You know, and I'm telling you, if you people like that, they are destroyers.
Yeah.
Baumia is not going to see it until 2028 election comes and he loses so miserably, and he will see how divided the political the MPP is divided.
But I can tell you point blank, say, the blood that runs through your vein is Ghana. You think about Ghana, and Ghana is your blood. That is Ghana first for you.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course. I mean, look, I love Ghana. So about 2020, 2021, my wife and I thought about it, you know, and said we've done a lot in this country, and we wanted to kind of start thinking about moving stuff to Ghana. We came to Ghana. We bought lands. We bought almost 22 different plots in different parts of the country, you know, and we thought, say, okay, we are going to gradually move our businesses down to Ghana. So we started, first of all, with one business. And I'm telling you, just duty and pay this, pay that, pay this alone. I mean, I had young boys that were doing nothing, that I hired them to work for me, and all of them went to waste. Every money that I spent, I didn't get a penny from every investment that I did in Ghana. It's not because of the people, it's because of the bad policies, you know. So it kind of really took the taste out of my mouth. But, you know, Ghana is my home.
Dust rose to the city lights, from the classroom dreams to foreign skies. We carried hope in our mother's name. Though the world may change, we remain the same. Ghana. No matter where we go, our blood remembers. Our land is calling. Cross the seas with fire inside, searching for truth, for work, for pride. But every night in a distant land, we still feel the pull of our fatherland. Who will build if we only speak? Who will rise if our hearts grow weak? This is more than a memory. This is blood and destiny. And I know this is a sorry saying kuma yamre yen kaibo keke yeah mojani crabia
Ghana moja flows in me. No distance can break this identity. Stand up now. The future is ours if we dare to stay. Oh my woman, don't turn away. Lift her higher day by day. With honest hearts and disciplined hands, we will rebuild our motherland. Ghana moja.
Say what we move, I find your right to me, but tell you any pass to move.
Sorry, net.
Yeah, now I ever, yeah.
Yenda chiwo, yen some say, Jinaye Muten.
Oh my woman, my own kiri. Manu so da biara. Wanna party, come on and saw, one sheshe. Yeah, besa, I see, and mommy, I say. Builders, the minds that fly, engineers touching foreign skies. Send the light back home again. Let your knowledge become her gain. Not just remittance, but vision and will. Factories rising on every hill. Let the youth see a different way. Not to escape, but to lead one day. Change your name,
still Ghana knows.
If you change your path,
still Ghana shows.
In your voice, your dreams
dreams you fight. She lives in your blood and your eyes.
So make a pledge,
Not words alone.
plant your future
In her soil and stone.
History waits for those who stand to serve their people and serve their land.
Ghana Moja, hear the call. Rise together, stand up tall. From Kumasi to Accra shore. From diaspora back once more. Oh my woman, fight and build.
Let a promise be fulfilled with patriot hearts and
Fearless soul. Ghana Moja.
Taifreno,
Sorry bum, Gina Pintin.
Fikumasi kosi akrapuano.
Fiamanone Sambrabio. Oh my woman, Kolasi.
Maniboshe mamu,
Odani Ako Koduru Kramu.
yebe mama ya yepe.
We will make our nation whole.
You can change your address, but you cannot change your blood.
You're welcome once again. Your official Atija TV. That's you. Or therefore, what the Atija Nekawana, where we mekura. We welcome you to this program, this episode. We are Ghana first. The blood that ran through your vein is Ghana. Wherever you are, wherever you find yourself, even if you have decided not to come to Ghana again, you still have the feeling, you still have the blood that flows in you as Ghanaian. You see, so we're Ghanaian. A TNT and a yen to me in your 100% full belongingness in Fama Ghana. And your woe, and your Ghana no penny for be a dear name say, then she ya one more year, and they say, oh, man. And ne, ye quackudin combo. Obi bien na no was say, oh, again, MPPNDC, they no hand a war. Bibi antimensa. You say hungry. Opanyini bi ani e friend no Victor Urban. Enne. Etime tunwa na mama. France. Opposition. No, abaimu nipa tibi yi ne ho ba akope Macron ekote ne party be we ne ya. Na chire bibi. Yenya Dr. Frank US. Na uhwe papa no pedigree. Na nimdia owa. Oba be chire niema mu. Na se wo ye base ni a bia wo doubt a oba chire wo mu say there is possibility and answer there is no possibility. So we can no here Japan so na wutie me so a ebe mu ahu se de ne makika kure ma me pagya me mu yem ko hwesa video yi bra me dia ye bedru pa ye ko US nya ko fa papa na o de nim de abeboaye Ghana first Ghana da so ye me moja ye ko hwemra
Mindenünket, független hivatalainkat, vége van! Köszönöm nektek, hogy elhittétek, hogy meg lehet csinálni. Köszönöm, hogy elhittétek, hogy megváltoztathatjuk a sorsunkat. Köszönöm, hogy elhittétek, hogy a saját történelmünket mi magunk, a magyar emberek írjuk. Köszönöm, köszönöm, köszönöm.
Azt feltételezem, hogy az elmúlt 24 órával ezelőtt, ha bármilyen ellenzéki szavazott megkérdeztünk volna a magyar nyilvánosságban.
Look around. All the people in here are very happy. We never felt this in 16 years after 2010. So actually there was a big relief for the whole country and like a redemption. So actually this country was asking for help for many years. And there was nobody who could us together. But there was one man who stand up for the whole people, who believed something else.
Ili ame mwakwaba ya sign ababiu ewo bra ye no ebedi nkobo ye go straight to the United States of America. Niene Dr. Frank akwakwetwe komo na ono na nimdie no dodo ono na we de mesrem ni twi no brofo ba mu mo nti yenye ntum sa yero wase doc mejawo.
Oh, good evening.
Agrapo we
Boko nyamiado.
all right. Boko Nukrini vat pe enkomo ayedi ye no ekire pefi se afia no ya wapon nya ize ye se nka ope ba bi ehomedebom Ghana hodonti Ghana first no de ye woni pani bi wo ho da so wo mumu even though so mo free Ghana che nanso e da so wo mumu enti eno nti na aja ye no bedi nkomo a wo so agye pene ye na woni ye ebedi nkomo yi ye mo akwa ba de Uber UK official Tija TV so.
Well, thank you. Well, between ye and I'm with the Chemisa every day. First of all, I thank you for calling me. That means Ubiaso Otio.
Yeah.
And we hope that Ghana becomes a better place.
Yeah.
For everyone. In the future, and more try to throw light on the country,
yeah,
and how we can fix the problems of the country.
Doc, what Roma? Like what could Ghana not saying within a year, 2, whatever? Have you been in Ghana before?
Oh no. I left Ghana in 2001.
Oh, okay.
And, the last time I was in Ghana was 2022. That was the time I went back for the first time after 2001. But recently, I'm in Ghana.
Okay.
But
okay.
I keep abreast of what is going on, so I know.
Wow. Wonderful. Doc, Nukreni. Minim sa yewo nipa ni bebre wo ho a pedenti ama me bebusa se u free Ghana acha na wo call Ghana che no Ghana, to be frank senka yempanyimfo de nema egu akwan mu yi a lokure ni nka esa brofo no de rush eba Ghana beje wo mahome o because e ho de ankasa niema nso a enka betima ma nipa wadwodwo ho pa bi wo ho pa but wonyi ni sa.
Oh, and that's the truth. I mean, if you look at Ghana, a country like the size of, let's say, Oregon, right? If you compare Ghana, we'll compare to, one of the smallest states, in the United States.
Yeah.
But if you even look at the United States, as a bigger, area, Ghana has a lot of resources. We talk about gold.
Yeah.
We talk about diamond. We talk about, bauxite, magnesium. I mean, and then we even come to cocoa, right? And then land that we have as a nation, uncultivated lands, to the extent that if we take, advantage of the resources that God has actually given to Ghana. Ghana, technically, if you look at Ghana, the way Ghana is positioned, as the center of the world, and the sea and everything that we have, Ghana could easily look like Singapore.
Wow. But se o check pa so a say as we speak Ghana for no mum because with him said you kan resources are you pa no metimi aka se US kra anya o ma fe ene yen e wo resources ho but yet to men so to o mo ba bia wo richness any ideas o mo dey build o mo kro no.
Yeah, not at all. I mean, so when you think about the United States, think about it carefully. If you want to really stay you have to really choose. States like New Mexico, Texas, California. You have to choose where you want to stay to enjoy, a good weather. But Ofa baby to say Ghana, we have a very good season the whole year. And I mean, in the winter, what exactly can you plant or grow in the winter? Very successful, here. It doesn't work.
Yeah.
But Ghana, if we have good irrigation all the way to the north, we can, cultivate crops throughout the year without stopping at all.
Yeah.
So, I mean, let me give you an example. There's a little tiny city in California, near Monterey, California, and it's called Salinas. I mean, when you go there, it's a very, very small place, right?
Yeah.
But the lettuce, cabbage, onions are a supply the whole of United States salad products, so the product idea salad or Ghana. No?
Yeah.
This small town is known as the salad capital of America. And it's so tiny. But they have done in such a way that they have good irrigation, they can cultivate throughout the year non-stop.
Wow.
Why can't we do that in Ghana?
Doc, what are you natural se wo hwe sansem we na ye kan nyina no a woni dodo no a ka se Ghana's problem no enya o man nan kasa itself but a leadership. Do you agree with them?
Of course it is. I mean, so leadership is everything. Leadership is everything. Having a leader, and the leader has a vision is very important for every nation. I mean, look at Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, for example. Kwame Nkrumah, years or day, spent a year as the leader of Ghana, right? Compared to the rest of all the presidents together, he has done more than all of them combined together. So that tells you that leadership is very important for every nation to progress. Because in your mind, you want to say, yes, share your priorities, I mean, we will go very far. But if you don't have good leadership, you can't be given the whole world's wealth and you will still waste it. In Ghana, for example, if Ebushia Obi Ewu Anase Bibia, Yashushet Obia, or Yansana Nimdia, no Ababe Bushapeni, right?
Yes,
so
yes. Yeah.
You can handle the property in a way that it will serve the entire family. But look at Ghana. Let's take for example. So we have gold, right? We signed a contract with foreign mining companies. Now foreign mining companies now are 10%. So maybe two way me nephew with the 8 years. So me fa orange na me trim 4. Na me the man na me say oh ma me bia. O sure ba ma me 3 na wa fa 1. And I said exactly. And see, the question then is, if Akwala or was our age, was Hanyasana, why are our leaders behaving as if they can't even think?
Doc, you know what? There was somebody that I met was saying that looking at the scenario, the example that you gave, you realize that Abusiano, you heard the papa, you heard the you don't know, you who say, where the ordinary, you to me, Now, Nyankopon etimiama Ghana oil, timber, gold, bauxite, diamond, just a whole lot cocoa assassin so what they are doing. Enti uyi America no ane America UK Germany na Ghana for Russia e be kosa kuro no so a na uyi Ghana unyi ni se Nyankopon edo Ghana chance am kuro nyina.
Oh, I mean, there is a reason why Ghana is located exactly where it is. If you want to look at things carefully, there is a reason why Ghana is located exactly where it is. And you can tell that God has a purpose for the nation. Why is it that we call baby? I mean, we live here. We live here in the United States. We travel. We go to we go through European countries and stuff to go to Ghana or go to other places. And the thing is this: we call baby now both things are Ghana. I'm telling you, the way people treat you. Oh, Ghanaians are very humble. Ghanaians are this. I mean, it's almost unbelievable. And we Ghana has we have seas, we have rivers, we have lakes, we have land, and then think about all the resources. What do you even say? You need gold, you need diamond, you need timber. Even Ghana, the tourism alone in Ghana can generate a lot of revenue for the country. Tourism alone, because talk about the sea. Talk about the rivers. I mean, in America, so as I say, is you one. Sika obi tria sana wo sasa no sabeka no. Enya sem ketwa. But Ghana dey no ye wa to the sense say ye beaches no kra no, ye sisim bia dan ho. So, you can tell say we are just a wasteful nation because we don't take advantage of anything. Only I'm telling you, if we are very, Ghana literally supplies all the cocoa, majority of the cocoa that goes to Hershey's in Pennsylvania. Chocolate, Ghana alone, that small country. So if we say the cocoa graphic can develop Ghana, I'm telling you, now say you bet develop cocoa no Ghana. Now you process it, natural resources, no they are torn, processed products, to all these companies are. Ghana will be so well. The youth and because we are selling all these raw materials, then these people will process and hire a lot of people in America to work to make the money. Whereas the people that actually grow the cocoa in Ghana, the people that mine the gold. I mean, go to London and go and see the amount of gold or mass stockpiling in Ghana. So why are we even a poor nation? I'm confused. I really need to really ask myself again and again. Why are we a poor nation?
No, me pesa ubua me waha. I say, o de yemfa 32 years from Kofo Edibesi Atamils. Ena yedeba ya besi John Mahama first term. Akufo-Addo 8 years. John Mahama second term ya woman. Yemfa ne se 32 years wo de yemfa no nko ankasa. Sankrofo yi we kọ ne we aba, we kọ ne we aba. Asama wo ne me kan sesi a no. Sabe ase omun come on. Me just say I am said the worker say you are short of words no. I don't know. But what I'm saying is say Sankrofo we atimi a build eniema bi ase cartel bi ama oma conscientize nipa dwene to the sense oma dwene ne say without them Ghana can never be Ghana. Eno ntino obi a obebie na no bia no two parties ya. Papa enti ebre bi bedru anase sa ebre no now. And sese Ghana for hunu say we can have a third force ebetimi abeboa Ghana rather than Sankrofo emienu.
I think it's possible. I 100% believe that it's possible. I think what has happened, over the years is that when you look at Brad Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, so as the Prime Minister and President of Ghana, just think about it carefully. majority of the people they were alive during that time to our time now. They are now beginning to phase out.
Okay.
If you look at it carefully,
yeah,
they are beginning to phase out.
Yeah.
There are a new crop of population that is moving towards Africa. A lot of younger generation are coming in. I'm telling you for a fact that if you look at Africa, the terrain of Africa right now, a lot of African youth are beginning to think independently.
Okay.
So let's pick an example from, Domboya in Senegal, for example, the recent young guy that became the president. He wasn't in a political party. You talk about Benin, right? Is it Patrice Talon?
Yeah.
He wasn't with any political party either. And then you go to,
France.
Let's even look at the Sahel, countries and those who are leading them right now. In the past, I remember when I was, when we were growing up, right, as younger people, and we had the coup with President Rawlings, and we transitioned into democratic rule. A lot of the people that lived around that time hated coups, right?
Yes.
But if you look at what is happening, even in the Sahel area, you can tell that a lot of the youth are really excited about that part of Africa. Why is that? Because people are tired of political parties.
That's true.
People are tired of the traditional political party system that has basically encroached upon the freedom of people. I said, running baton and pass the same Ninia so running and pass I say only in penny for me no ball now yakala. But I feel the ball almost two or so into who will that's what politics has become in Africa. But I can tell you for a fact, there is a new wind blowing because, like I said, the people that lived through the first, time that Africa gained independence, like when Kwame Nkrumah was there, those people are facing out.
Yeah.
And there are new crop of people that are, coming in right now. So the younger generation are going to think more independently. The problem is that these people have conscientized a number of people, and so people think, okay, I was born into NDC, so I'm going to be NDC forever. I was born into NPP, so I'm going to be NPP forever. But what is happening, the new wind that is, the reason why a lot of people didn't vote in the last elections, and NPP said, we assume that those people, didn't vote because they were NPP people who were disenfranchised and they became angry.
Yeah.
But you have to think about this. This same phenomenon would not have happened about 20 to 30 years ago.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
So the question then is, why is it happening today? Because the African is becoming politically literate and is beginning to look and vote for ideas and, and the message that the politicians are sharing. So I'm telling you, within the next 20 to the next 30 years, political parties can't hold on to the countries anymore.
Yeah.
If somebody comes independent and sell the right message and has the character and the history to prove it, the younger generations, I'm telling you that the Gen Zs and the Gen Alphas that are coming after this group, after us, those people are going to make a decision based on the message and no more political parties. The time is coming with also the social media. I mean, look at what just happened in Hungary. Hungary, this President Orban that has sat on for many years. Now, this young guy, Peter Magyar, was actually in that political party, but there was a sexual, misconduct that was, done by one of the political elites. And instead of Orban really allowing that person to be prosecuted, he protected him.
Wow.
And so this young guy got angry and said, I'm not going to be part of this. And so when it came to time for elections, he ran for elections. And the youth, guess what? They identified with him because he stood against the old traditional political party and voted massively for him. Even President Trump sent his vice president to go and help him to get the vote. But the youth overran, Orban and voted for this young guy. So I am 100% sure that within the next 20 to 30 years, there is going to be a new wave of political identity, cropping up in Africa and other places in the world.
Now, me pese ye nyina friend saying hungry de no ho kakra me misa one or two questions bi na fe me metinsi Ghana new wave bi a eba mente ho nkyere na me hwɛ possibility a ewo ma new wave no. Now, opposition no a ono no wa ban no a wo ka se niema fon ne niema bone na moye no mintime ne mo enche saade no. Na chese oyobi ana ono ankasa ne party no mu no ene ye bone no okotia enya sa dete.
Oh yes, of course. He basically, there was a lot of, it's not just the sexual misconduct, misconduct alone, but there was a lot of corruption. And so he literally stood up and became the anti-corruption reformer that fought against his own government and told them that you are not taking care of the people. You are not doing things that will help the ordinary citizens of this country. So I'm not going to be part of it. And he left. He literally left. And people called him and said, we want you to be the president. And so he came and he ran as an independent candidate. And guess what? It was a landslide victory.
And the okay there. Let's just say, yeah, one day I said, Utim say, the trademark now. People who say, or you'll be a genie be or you'll be a,
oh yes,
yeah, they need to add a mobile be it over the years, the track record now. Now, obi a wo say political party na was no on call for no na independent no yi ne ho free mu na obekwa na just say ne dwumadie bi a wedding over the years na man for related to it and a youth no edibirika akota na chi sa na opese ochire.
Oh yes, he had a track record for standing against injustice and corruption. And the problem with a lot of African leadership is that most of the people in politics are not like this guy and a few other people. What happens is that they become compromised, right?
Yeah.
And also because we are gaining from the president, the whoever is in power. See, they create a situation. It's almost like a cartel.
Yeah.
They create a situation where they put somebody in power that they can control, so that when that person is in power, then they can do whatever they want and hope that this person will protect them or cover for them. And that is what a lot of these traditional, African political parties are doing. Let's go to Cameroon. How on earth does a 92-year-old man run elections and win? Are people just dumb in Cameroon that they can't even see that this man will not even finish his term?
Yes.
Exactly. The reason why he won is because the political elite around him did everything possible to rob the elections, to rig it, so that they can have him sitting down there without any control, and then they will have the opportunity to loot and just take whatever they can get. So they want a stupid person to be president. Basically, that's what it is. Excuse my words. But they want a stupid person to be president who cannot control them, so that they can do whatever they want and hide under the political power to enrich themselves.
Doc Wadaroma, you are not a politician, but you are a social commentator, which you know what you are talking about. You have the facts and you relate to it, and it goes directly to a better explanation to the people. Now, you said they want those they can control. Politicians, say no, that level no, they want those they can control. Me person me do ba one political party NPP mu. Ghana. The NPP na omo kwato aba no na ye between Kennedy Ohine Japan and Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. And enkomodie no wasam no na ama abesi me masembi so. Enkomodie mu nyina kire say political party no NPP no, they didn't want Kennedy Japan closer at all because they can't control him. But Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia de oyobi a ombetumi a control no ede na ye de onpeso mo ye bia. Because asema wo kan ema abesi so pepepe Because minimum a whole political party, the people on the ground no kase. Fawebra ne yebeto amamo. Fawebra yebeto amamo. Delegates force the bidda yempe no yepe wei no mum. Meanwhile no said ya na me busa track record asem no. Nipa no track record I kyerɛ sɛ ɔwɔ ɔdɔ dem ɔman no a Ghana first egwa na adwene mu no a obetimi ayɛ biribi ɔno ankasa no privately watimi adi dwuma bo ɔman no party no ɛde na eba no so wɔ mpɛ bebato hayi no wo bibi kakra obetimi ade aboa me.
Well, let me even go. Mami quick kakra.
Okay.
Now me so when the previous elections, you remember 2023 was it?
Yeah, true.
Mobile elections, no. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, and I was following it because I don't vote. I don't vote in Ghana, so I don't have any horse in the race.
Yeah.
But I heard and I followed this a lot. On Ankasa campaign, he said the president did this. I didn't support it. The president did that, which means his boss, former president, Akufo-Addo, right?
Yeah.
Did this. A year levy, I didn't support it. President this. They raised, first the gas prices. I didn't support it. They put taxes. I didn't support it. So the question then that you should be asking is this: if that was really, really the case, why didn't he resign?
That is exactly what we are talking about.
So that's where you understand, say, politicians, some politicians will say whatever is convenient for them.
Yeah.
For that moment. But now we enjoy the power, the money, the influence. You didn't say anything about it.
Yeah,
that's even show for me as a person that is looking into this and trying to kind of make any reason out of this. As I said, you are a politician, of a convenient politician, because what's happening is you are not going to stand up against it.
Yeah.
That's one person ethically, you are not truthful to yourself.
That's it.
Because if you really are truthful to yourself, that's a onipa na woni ne adwuma na say political party na wo mu no yes. I was to stand up now to me crack say and I resign as a vice president.
Yes.
If Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia had done that, based on all the things that he said, I'm not saying that I'm not making a conjecture here. I'm just talking about the way he campaigned.
Yeah.
So, President Nama, so he's very truthful to himself and ethically aligned with the principles also a very good person. And what he should have done is also resign. No, contested on his own. And people would have believed him more.
Oh, okay. Yeah. And said you okay, no. Bra na de na ekono. Favor no na opportunities in there, you were quiet. Ne mo me do say afa de wo ba bonten ne de afa de wo yi ne na ayi no chine na na kata wo so na to agu say I ehia me bio me wa enjoy awie.
Exactly. Because if he was truthful to himself, he would be like this guy in Hungary, Peter Magyar, right?
Yes.
And step out of the political party and say, I don't support what you are doing, so I'm going to, go my separate way. And that Noprano would have bought him a lot of political power. Look at Patrice Talon in Benin. Patrice Talon, even though wasn't like a known politician, he was actually had a lot of favor from the government at the time. He was a very rich technocrat and a president and a businessman. He was in favor. President now noticed also.
Yeah.
But when he saw these people are all talks and no works. These people were all about themselves and not caring about the citizens. He broke away and he became a independent presidential candidate. And that's how he won the elections in 2016. So it can be done. So if Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia really truthfully said, very, ethically, very ethical as a person, he should have followed that same pattern. And he would have been president by now.
Doc, yeah, one example be na for Matthias baby and say Macron and so na party no na oye if answer we minister ewu but ɔhwɛ deɛ nneɛma ɛkɔ no ɛna ɔno nso tee ne ho ɛna ɔbɛfɔm ne own within a year. Look at what happened.
Yeah, Macron was a member of the socialist government.
Yeah.
You know, and he didn't even form a political party. He just formed a movement.
Yes.
You know, and he literally fought against the traditional left and the political right, positions. Who were the right, the political parties of those two people were like NDC and NPP.
Yeah.
And then Macron just literally came out and formed En Marche. And that's how it was a movement. And that's how he actually, within a short period of time, the people heard him. The people saw that he actually believed in something different than the corrupt system. And then they voted for him. And he became president. So I'm telling you, you asked me about Kennedy in Japan. And I listened carefully. Look, I'm an American. I live in the United States, right?
Yeah.
So I heard him talk, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the things that Kennedy was talking about in Ghana during the 2023 elections and even the recent one that happened.
Yeah.
One thing that I saw is that no nation on the surface of the earth can be successful as a socialist, country. It won't happen.
Okay.
It will never happen. You cannot tell me, say, everything in a country can be owned and controlled by the government for the country to be successful. The reason why Ghana is the way it is, and I'm gonna open something, a key to you, so you can understand something.
Okay.
One of the things that I saw in Ghana when I was there in 2022, I saw, people are building houses all over the place in Accra, the central Accra. But then you move away and it's filthy.
Yeah.
And there are people everywhere, it was a mess. It's an absolute mess. I mean, I love Ghana. Hey, I love to go to a supermarket. When I was there, I told my people, I don't want to eat anything, I want to eat the street food like cake,
yeah.
The white shit. I wanted to enjoy it because I've not had that for a long time.
Yeah.
What I said. Now, me quiet who said, how you feel containers here, so. You know the reason why that is the case?
No.
Because the people in Ghana feel everything has to be done by the government.
That is true.
So, because and you can't blame them. The reason why you can't blame them is because governments they have created a system. I said that people have to depend on the government.
Yeah.
And the people themselves are not doing anything to help themselves. In the United States, I'm telling you, majority of the businesses in this country, I would say about 80% to probably 90% are owned by private individuals.
Mm-hmm.
Because the government, the institutions have created opportunity for people like myself and other people to establish our own businesses, and then we employ other people, and then they also create businesses, employ other people, and so when that happens, if I own the business on this street, it's my responsibility and it will be my prerogative to make sure that street is clean at all times.
Oh,
does that make sense?
Yeah,
so
it makes sense.
I begin to own my environment. But in such a way say the government owns everything. The ball because there was a town council need be Washer Brown, Ebanobet Samaye. I was so we created a system. The leadership of the country created a system.
Yeah.
Because government, it creates institutions, it provides the opportunity for people to have, the resources to create jobs and employ the youth of the country. The thing that the government will be responsible for is that through the government agencies, they also hire people to take care of the environment, the police, the military, so that the whole system, it becomes more of a capitalist society than a socialist society.
Okay. All right. Say no. They are okay. Me know we are doing because okwa Ghana nkwa na uhuru se MP etimi hye bokese chen wono ankasa ne nipadua afọ kwata parliament wia yes etinu abusan say how are you going to do this meanwhile no said ya woka no emra no ye dwuma cameras bubokrom ene ade a na me say ubetimi afa Accra the whole Accra ne the whole Kumasi capital city no unhia dustbin ba akokra wo baabi etinu I expect say nipa no to ade na hye den sama on fan hye ne he so
but you see as I make catch or make what make catch initially no because your McDonald's right your Burger King KFC ne bi Ghana na bi so all these restaurants gas stations every single one of these businesses that I'm telling you have their own garbage bins in front of the buildings.
That's it.
So if I buy water and the city also has garbage bins all over the place. So if I buy water and I drink let me I don't have to go and look for some other place to throw it away.
It is right there.
That's been somewhere closer that I can go easily and drop that particular thing in there. Oh, that is how you build a nation. That's how you build a nation. So it's very disappointing. Seriously, it's very disappointing. So sometimes when you think about some of these things and you think about a nation, a country that gave birth to you, sometimes it's so appalling. It's almost like our hands are tied behind our backs and we can't do anything about it.
Yeah. Papa Unim, the minimum say system biya mono. Ekwa said ya wokan no efunu nipa na. Now, the new generation, would want to take over. I think the old kind of politics now, yazai nipa ni chantro, mahama so politics they will chantro kakra no aka no kra kakra. Or opposition asema obeka no obeduru pa no asesana no. Say mahu say youth no esesa omo agenda no omo ideologies no.
Yeah.
Enti me no wo kasai. Ekuo bia unity e wo Ghana e friend the base movement. So the base movement no almost say omo e plan nyina no say omo kofa Kennedy agira Japan say on free MPP party no na omra meden e bedi wo manim e ma mo kwaji friend to me no because na ne campaign no wo yes say wo kan 2023 e de ba 2026 campaign no wo ye nyina kire say ono ne betimi ama Ghana ni so adi hunu no abam and group na shase de dia aforme it's all over the place. Me pacho se obi de ho akohye sa movement no mu a me pese me hunu se onye ntum se owani da so bi betimi asesa enema betimi asesa afri sa dodoma MPP NDC no this time no the movement na ekon because who say se nipa na nkasa na ayi ne ho so okọ independent and different. We no a dom no na mobilize or who say ye fast yaba. Is there any possibility for them?
Yes, I think so. Look, in my heart of heart, when I watch the elections, I mean, we are not, Ghanaians are smart. I'm telling you, Ghanaians are smart people. And I am almost 100% sure, say, that elections in 2023, if they had disbanded that delegate system, Kennedy would have been president by now.
Yeah.
The unfortunate thing is that these political parties know exactly what they are doing. So they've created these bottlenecks. They've created the bottlenecks so that they can will them to their advantage, to whatever they want to do.
Mm-hmm.
But because what we are saying, I say, what way? Why would him say Kennedy or Namway? Ubia shop Kennedy. The message now, oh man, echo youth nasun Ubia say me pejuma ye, maybe university, me nye juma. And I Ubi say, me money ye president, Ubi kriti juma, na me nye biaye. Everyone loves that message. So the question then is, why is the leadership of the political party itself, apathetic towards that kind of, popularity? It baffles my mind because we are every political party is trying to win power.
Yes.
So, sir, who can say Mama Nipana, who won him say the whole country next year Peno Mbe president? And I said there is something I can't put my finger on. And I think sir, it's about time that Ghanaians begin to become politically literate and begin to choose for ideologies and people that they believe say can lead the nation. And I believe say I when I heard about the base, I was like, oh my gosh, another another butterfly, another this. I was like, But then I started kind of listening, putting my ears on the ground, and I called my boys in Ghana and I was talking to them and I said, what about this? And they said, oh, no, this is different, because what is happening is that this is the people themselves that are coming together to form a movement, and then they are going to bring the person that they believe can lead the country to become a leader. And I'm saying, I'm telling you, a new wind is blowing. And it's not just in Ghana, it's blowing in the whole of Africa. Very soon, people are tired. People are upset. People have been maligned for a long time, and one day it's going to blow up. And these are some of the signs. When you see movements like the base and all those things that are happening gradually, you can tell that something is beginning to happen in Africa. And so I believe strongly, if the base put the right plans, the strategies on the ground, I think that they can take over the country. And I look at it. This is what the base needs to do. Okay, if I was consulted to help the base figure it out, this is what I think they should do. The first thing is to consolidate power. Okay, consolidate power in such a way that you have certain people that ran in the past that the country trusts and believe in. You are talking about the honorable that started Butterfly. What is his name? Alan, yeah. You're talking about Alan. You saw this young guy that came recently, Cheddar, right? Exactly. Cheddar has a command. I mean, even my own boys, when I talk to them, they love Cheddar so much. So the base will have to begin to consolidate power by reaching out to some of these people, bring them on board. Also, see, the population of Ghana now, you have more youth than you have adults.
That is true.
So you have to go to NDC's playbook and do the same thing. What they have to do is to find a lot of bright young men, very knowledgeable, articulate young men, train them onto how to communicate the vision of the new movement to Ghana and set them loose.
Wow.
Because when you do that, like attracts likes, right? So if you have youthful people, like the reason why NDC became very powerful in 2024, and even now, is because of the young people that they threw out there who were speaking for the party. Look at Sami Jemfi.
Yeah.
Look at, because many years ago it used to be Asiedu Nketia.
Yeah,
it used to be, all these old politicians. But they changed the strategy. They threw out Sami Jemfi, Basintele.
Yeah.
All those young people who were very articulate and can really spell out what the party is about. At this point, NPP, look, they are confused.
That is true.
The NPP is confused. They don't even know what kind of message they should focus on. They hear a little butterfly, a little, peacock is flying, and they all go and talk about peacock.
That's
they
true.
hear that there's a little bit of goat, a goat is running to the street, they all follow and start talking about the goat. Like the cocoa issue, the gold, but they are all over the place. Because if you want to win elections, this is not the political strategy. You have to begin to talk about issues that are not made up. True issues.
They don't have the issues. They don't have the points to talk about.
So now what they are doing, they are now in the bush talking to cocoa farmers. So I think the base has a very bright future. I think that the base has a very bright future. They have to strategically plan how, and you cannot just take it for granted. You have to be intentional about how you are going to communicate what this movement is about to the populace. And your best bet is the youth, because if the youth takes the base and they run with it, no political party can stop them.
No, Cranny, memoir, ye ran it to the time, and I'm a kwam what Timako arrested because what bread. And I said, you are not part of the base, you are not a politically inclined person, but what Timia who say, as I said, base, and who say, can no, I won't move dino, that is a plus. Nothing almost has a chada, and Alan, Sanko for me, no, can one. A could be on the first one convince you, Mamma or Matthias, because winning. Chada na nkwa akoye no enkosi hwe Alan so koye enkosi hwe ba omumi ensaka bomu a ebema tumi bi ayeden aba enuti no wo ka kire base mpanyimfo se no matter what it takes omu make sure say sankofo no mienu no I declare the ama base no abeka Kennedy Japan ho and you think say a happy success will be theirs, right?
Of course. I mean, look, the only person in Ghana right now who has an independent political power is Kennedy Japan. Period.
Wow.
There's nobody. I'm talking about Ireland because I think there is a fraternity of people who are very angry with the NPP.
Yeah.
And they have sympathy, a lot of sympathy towards Ireland.
Yeah.
And I did too. When I heard about it, I was so upset because when Akufo-Addo was given that opportunity, he said it. And I was in Ghana. At the time, I was here, but I heard the message that when he's done, he will hand over power to Alan Kyerematen. So there are a lot of people who feels that he was not truthful. And so they almost support Alan Kyerematen, right?
Yeah.
Almost support Alan. So those people are going to be very important, because they also have a lot of people that they can pull around. If you want somebody that can bring in the youth movement the way you want, see, China is not going to win elections. I can tell you that.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the older adults will not trust Ghana into his hands. I can tell you that.
That's true.
Because that's how politics is.
That is true.
If China align himself with the person who has the biggest political, capital, the people will begin to respect what he brings.
That is
they
true.
will want to see him up there with the president. That is how this is supposed to happen. So I'm almost, look, there are so many people in Ghana that the base will probably have to strategize. Let me give you an example. Kennedy Japan got rid of this guy, sent him away many years ago. Kwekwanan.
Yeah.
Okay. If the base is smart, I'm telling you, if the base is smart, they should find this man.
Yeah.
And bring him on board. Because Kwekwanan has this kind of fraternity around him too that people like.
Yeah.
Just like Captain Smart is. So you have to kind of move strategically and try to consolidate power. Because at this point, you have just about a few years to go. Begin to use that moment to consolidate power gradually. You have to consolidate power. And then you have to, and I'm hoping that, Kennedy at some point is going to just get rid of this corrupt, NPP and just move away and join the base and declare. And I'm telling you, Ghana will turn upside down.
Now, the moment Kennedy Baba Bontia be kase, he's going with the base in Ghana.
Political parties be big.
Now, Obi so kase. To say somebody like to say the Obo Captain Smart din Obo Kwekwanan din so A+ the way I will see ya na niam na Obi say brati se base gina na so a chese oni base betimi aya adamfo ayo adi ne dwuma na ye. Is it possible?
Yeah, but he has said many times that the only person that speaks for him to listen is Kennedy or Japan. He said it many times. So you don't have to wait for people to declare to know who they are, right? Somebody like Kwekwanan, I'm telling you, if it's A+.
Yeah.
I like his energy. I think for sure that if Kennedy comes and really join the base, A+ will easily feel comfortable to say he's standing as a candidate at Gomwa for the base.
Yeah.
I can see it happening.
That is true.
People like even Awapako, my favorite politician.
Yeah.
Even Awapako.
Yeah.
Okay. You know how Awapako is quiet right now?
Yeah, because he wants to listen to the father.
Yes. If the Kennedy declares, you will see how vocal he can become. So I know there are a lot of people like that all over Ghana that are waiting for Kennedy, Honorable Kennedy Japan to say something. And then they would jump because a lot of them have been disenfranchised. And I'm telling you, there's going to be more division in the NPP after the 2028 elections than there is right now.
Wow.
Yes. Yeah.
Why? Why do you say so?
So you saw how the elections, the campaign went, right?
Yeah.
You have Natoshi. You have all these people that followed Kennedy Japan.
Yeah.
Bawumia's group, Bawumia's group is almost like a cartel.
Mm-hmm.
Osache Mensah Bonsu is the most dangerous politician in the whole of Ghana.
Yeah.
I listened to
Undoubtedly.
this man in 2003. I listened to him, and when he said that in Ghana, no one can become a politician unless you have to become he's almost making it seem like it's a rule that you have to be a parliamentarian before you can become a politician, which is never true.
That is not true.
which is absolute nonsense. And then he says all these things. He makes things up as he's going. He's always making things up as he's going. And I'm telling you, if you people like that, they are destroyers.
Yeah.
Bawumia is not going to see it until 2028 election comes and he loses so miserably, and he will see how divided the political. The MPP is divided. A lot of people are quiet. Have you seen Natoshi after this happened?
No. She's not talking.
Abakwapon is quiet. Even Stika that went to Bawumia's place, it almost seems like they didn't really accept him well, so he's quiet.
No.
Everyone is quiet. You see, all these people have been disenfranchised, and people like Chamawun Tumi and all those people, Koka, all those people that are following Bawumia, okay, they are following him so that when Bawumia wins, they get some positions so that they can actually do exactly what is in their minds. Okay?
That is true.
Which will bring a lot of anger to the real politicians that are in the party.
Because winning. Doc, winning, baby. Now, family or home, mommy. David Kankambodu. Sir, NPP ni guru bipa. Fat wanyen neba. Ena, boache jako. Ononso nyen neba. Ode yemfa mpanyimfo emienu. Sa mpanyimfo emienu no. Womone wuntumi kohia enkasa be wuntumi obenya ba bi agina. Nanso, wombeya ma wuntumi mom. Aba be win because wuntumi nene Bawumia ekọ nakranda. And we ne say ya na party no wo de ni gina yi na say wo divide party no.
The party is broken already, and people know that this election is going to go for Wuntumi. They know that already. I can tell you 100%. In my heart of hearts, I basically think that even the elections that just happened, they rigged it.
Yeah.
Because there is no doubt that you can tell me that people that are even delegates and are taking money don't realize that the people among whom they live actually support this candidate.
Yeah.
And then they go and vote for the other candidate. I mean, absolute nonsense.
That is it. Because Abena or say Asari, a whole a fencing, MP war a tiwa. Oba Bonte bekan say, the entire Okota Kennedy actually said, Name Crawford can say, we lost because you did not vote for Kennedy. Until this time, when you go for Kennedy, we are going to win. And or no one can or be a minister. Otimi Freku Fuadu Echibaye. A lot of people almost say no any impact bia. And now this is what is happening. And so you believe strongly what do I know no say the base no there. So almost show money about ye pa almost go to round 2 cra. First round na the youth know And woman
I can tell you this. See, there's affinity for political parties. If who were affinity for my political party, you know, you follow the political party, right, for a long time. You keep following them. But when somebody comes and tell you, say, I'm doing my and for me, I have children and I'm thinking about their future. Now, also meaning say, he can do it because he's done it before. Or say, so maybe president, may you say, I mean, may grow food or not, my people from the south will go to the north. May factories waha, may we waha. Emma, you tell them you cannot tell me say people don't hear common sense.
Yeah,
people don't hear common sense, and so I'm almost certain say if the base does everything right, and I'm hoping say there's not going to be any strife or coming with Timmy and I said misunderstanding, disagreement all over the place. If the base is very disciplined and they do everything the way they should do it, I'm telling you, everything has to be on paper. I mean, they have to be so intentional about every single step they take.
Yeah.
And if they do that, I'm telling you that there are people, even youth, that have voted, their parents and grandparents have voted for NDC for years. They will choose job over a political party.
I think, sir, you say, Asama Okai, me wo NDC ni bi pa, papa, we are the dang NDC. But Asama Okai say, wow. Yes, base biaba na se Kennedy unity nkwa they are the first time metro abama no. They are not looking at you. Almost someone more can say he is the last politician said nipa ginidie. Without him, or you will be any even the party nankasa NDC no. And someone more can opposition or mobile no. Omo timi mfa nya adwuma dia. And na Kennedy no o kan o gidie e woni mu so obetima yenti no obeto ababa no Jehovah Witness for ento abakra no they are saying say they will vote for this man because they know say that somebody obaka bi o de be adwuma.
Yeah, I mean asami awuken if you see that and yes this is not a new thing. If who call Bible one and bra Solomon Solomon ever be there. What I say?
Yeah.
I think it was around 930 BC. Solomon never be there. Now, Obadiah, no, he became so wicked, sir. He wasn't listening to anybody at all. So the people rejected him completely, and then went and brought Jeroboam. Okay. Who had run away to Egypt? They went and brought him back and made him the king. And divided the kingdom and gave him half of it. So, look, the voice of the people is more powerful than the schemes of the politicians.
That is true.
And you know, if the people decide, say, this is what we want, that's what I'm saying. If the base does things right, and the people decide, say, you need the base before they are for Kennedy president. Hey, opa ode kunyane former President Rawlings.
Yeah.
Now, anasa champ or whatever, that for Mobra almost stand there the win.
Yeah.
Because when the people speaks and the people move, they will bring about a change that the country needs.
Doc, in fact, and that machine be afraid on seven na mahunu say dodo no because of NPP ni NDC atare ya fashion no. Ya na dodo no e kasa unhunu ba bi o mo kan kosi. But you see what asem na wo kan yi no. Se panyimfo de ye adwuma pa ye base for de ye adwuma on beba abayehwe machira kwanse ye nhwew na ye na wase. O last words na minyawo fisa wabre na at appropriate time no. You signed the for abre ahefo.
Yeah, thank you for opportunity. Say, old friend, say Menyo Kasa. Say Menyo Kasa. We have a catch up. Say,
yeah.
We feel you might do fear by way.
Yeah.
And I have to travel over the weekend.
Yeah.
But I'm really happy. Say, we got opportunity to talk because see, I did be a new year. See, I knew. We be a warrior. See, it was beginning. Look, in 2023. Actually, somewhere around 2022, I got a call from Ghana. And somebody was telling me about Dr. Baumiani, you know, how he's going to be the next president. Then I'm kind of say, God has rejected him a long time ago. It's not going to happen.
Okay.
I told him, say, you know, say on Tiasia, on the Saul, the life. Obi Onyankopon to reject 15 years ago. And ye juma till time Obi Fiso.
Yeah.
And you know, Baubia there, I don't know, the way I don't know quite or the president this year. There's no way Ghanaians will ever trust him and give him the president.
That is true. That's true.
And the people now on why so what year. They are just wasting their time. It's never going to happen. But what I'm also going to say is the base now must start. It's a good plan because you are really creating something by the people for the people, which is a great strategy. Now, Moma Onyankopon Dimwedim, that's a more bonfire. Everything has to be, you know, done with prayer and dedication, commitment, selflessness. Because you know, Africans will be or make it profit about something.
That is it.
If we become selfless, because when Kwame Nkrumah was fighting to build Ghana, he was very selfless. He did it with his whole heart and did it. That's why Ghana. So Kwame Nkrumah like a Ghana, but it's a West.
Oh yeah, true.
Country be Mozambique, Congo,
yeah.
And West for those countries, but God intentionally allow this man to lead the country first and to build the foundation that we have right now. Unfortunately, some visionless people decided to get rid of him.
That is true.
And now, this is the problem that we have. Now, God is giving us another opportunity.
Another chance.
And when you listen to Kennedy Japan and the things that he says, I'm telling you, as a capitalist myself, when I listen to him and the things that he's saying, say Ghana for pass. If truly that's what he really would do if he becomes president, that's a Ghana for man opportunity. I'm telling you, within 4 years to 8 years, no, Ghana will change. I mean, look at President Mahama. Just about 1.5 years. Look at the things he's moving in Ghana right now. Mm-hmm. Look at the road constructions. So let me tell you this, and I put political parties aside. The work that President Mahama is doing right now, okay, it's a great foundation for a visionary leader like Kennedy Japan.
That is true.
Because the way Honorable Kennedy Japan, are talking about roads, railways, talking about tourism, and not Mahama even built this express road from Accra to Kumasi. And that's all the things now. Oh, yes, you see, Kennedy be president. Uma Kennedy, 8 years. Ghana be
That is true. That's true. That's true because as someone who say what can now the Bible more about ye. I say friend say Jesus Bible chile say oba no obi baya or no so be prapra kwan mu ye den.
Of course.
John eti no chire wo bi say nia ekoso sesei bia no better than Akufo-Addo 8 years no a obedi ye no. E de ma bebre ankoye nemo problem kakra nipa nya ne say nipa no a Mahama ka say mo di sky be chemo obeduru ye waye din nti amanfo hu ne say yes amanfo hu ne say
and I can tell you this, a lot of us in the United States, that is our biggest problem. Yeah, problem in Ghana say elections, no. A lot of my friends broke camps. They left literally MP. They told me over the phone that they are not voting for MPP, they are voting for NDC.
Yeah.
Because they want those people to be arrested and brought to book.
That is true.
And so they voted for Mahama. The disappointment, they say, all these efforts that people put in, to see how you won't pay anything. I said power and the papa say NDC for bar. I'm to show Mona Sika with your Majabano. So it's very disappointing. So that's why I'm hoping say the base your Madi not Canada Japan. To me back ability team the party. Maybe to about Ghana. See, this is my deal. Even in the United States, I'm an independent.
Yeah. I
decide who I vote for based on their message.
Okay.
And I think say at this point in Ghana doesn't need all these political parties, all these traditional political parties.
Just a leader.
Have to be daring to try something new.
Yeah. And that man
to be daring
yes.
to try something new like, what the base is all about.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. Dr. Nokreni, we have a lot that we would be discussing over the Wisa away in the in fact, we come with it now. Ochra the so I'm in fact, me tia se mani wura me pa until I know say ahwefo so ebeja tum papa. Ti wana roma me pese me ja wona wa home. Na nyame adoma weekend no bese ahia na the other topics ni nyina ya behwe na mako because I know say for now US and I was see. But I can tell you point blank, say, the blood that runs through your vein is Ghana. You think about Ghana, and Ghana is your blood. That is Ghana first for you.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course. I mean, look, I love Ghana. So about 2020, 2021, my wife and I thought about it, and said we've done a lot in this country. And we wanted to kind of start thinking about moving stuff to Ghana. We came to Ghana. We bought lands. We bought almost 22 different plots in different parts of the country. And we thought, say, okay, we are going to gradually move our businesses down to Ghana. So we started first of all with one business. And I'm telling you, just duty and pay this, pay that, this alone. I mean, I had young boys that were doing nothing that I hired them to work for me, and all of them went to waste. Every money that I spent, I didn't get a penny from every investment that I did in Ghana. It's not because of the people, it's because of the bad policies, So it kind of really took the taste out of my mouth. But Ghana is my home. Ghana is my home, and I mean, right now, I own an IT company, and some of my people, the people that work for me, are in Ghana. So I love that. I love the country, and I want to see the country ever cost us because some of my friends are in the government, and some of them are in the opposition. Like I said, the way I will consult my hospitals, healthcare, all these organizations, so Ghana Park, I'm going to say, I'm ready because some corruption in that for yeah. It's a more year ready, some more big corruption. You don't need somebody like me.
Doc William, free Sabri air corner. Canada moment, dear papa. Maybe station where so me kind of point blank say only choice. He can never because papa William, as someone what can they have to was a Ghana for hear me, Ghana for hear moi. Now catch them so better MPP moi. Yeni ankasa no. No. And kwanya ede na be fa so ko no be dwane afukrum ho ba point ne say oh me say ye hyehyɛ ade no ye hyehyɛ wi a yakotam na be si ayi ne fense car no esi enanim say on fa yenko and no de is for a fact enti me no wo ka say no eniema bia ye ka no efri na ekro no me no wo be din koman kasa na ubia eniema no gu ha amanfo hu se sa possible e wo Ghana.
Oh yes.
Obi kan was Dubai, uko UAE a free what the car ewura mu a free. Upon your resources nyina no. O talk free US na what the ba Ghana. Na custom officer bi te ho. No wa sheda o man ye niam ngungunan. Udi abebeje o ka free winsem. All because of corrupt mind. Any adem pone bi so bitimi be dru pot no wo su. Adentia.
Yeah.
Just say sabe kwacha samo kwa. All because
that's a sama and could be to make call option wa ha. Ever car for $5,000, right?
Yeah.
Now I ship you up Ghana will be in for 10,000.
Are we okay?
Yes, yeah, what am I?
Yes.
Just I mean, are we just criminals? Is that
Sikano so yeji sikano so ye hu ne papa bi e dey am o manfo.
Yeah, and then you can order a whole container from Ghana to the United States. Ebeduha would duty nyaya $2,700. That's basically what it is. See, the lazy tax approach. This is the problem in Ghana. Ghana we are not thinking. Me in Africa, yeah, but we are not thinking. Yeah, the lazy tax approach, and yeah, the really of mine. If you just say the tax that also be, and that's the problem with Akufo-Addo's government. That Akufo-Addo's government collapsed is the fact that his regressional tax system now, or Yusu or Ghana, was taxation. COVID, you do your COVID tax. You do COVID social and so tax. You do NIH tax. You do NIH social and so tax. So COVID extra tax. As I said, COVID and one tax is here 3. That will receive so. And so if you don't, so the reason is because he's not letting the real intellectuals who know how to put economic policies on the books help him rule the country. He's just bringing friends and family to help him rule the country. And these people are not smart enough. So this is exactly what happens.
Dr. Michel, na yebesha de dinkobo na amanfo begunu se saa sabe nsemhunu ne mpanyimfo bi di wo Ghana ho. Ye dinkobo ne wia, ye de ye nka hwenkyere obi a, ye kyerɛkyerɛ ye nsɛmmu. Ye kyerɛ mu wia wo begunu se yes. Ghana first no agenda no an ye promote afei the friend say PhD a Kennedy kan ho asem which is patriotism, honesty and discipline no. And also ye de nyina ewurawuram. Ni ama nipa hunu se se person man gina ne naso na kɔ nanimu a these are the values I say you carry along na eboye. Dr. Michel papa.
Definitely.
Yeah, that's it. We there bibinti ye do be si no wati menya kwan akɔ home kakra se de be ya next year bia ye ball proma ye be se timi anyam. Ya Michel papa.
All right, Michel to be brave. Thank you very much.
Ye ne Dr. Akodin Kobo from USA na Madam Roma. Ye de mu esi ha. Na ya mama ti ase say these are some of the insight ye de be bromo from time to time. Fisa break or friend of Ghana first. Ghana still runs in you as a blood. God bless you.